Why, hi there. I'm Ron Chuckett. Welcome to this special edition of Retro Sports Network today from Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. It's the 1941 Boston Red Sox versus the 1941 New York Yankees on this Ted Williams 100th birthday. I thought we'd do that for you. You see that? And we'll be right back. Well, I'm not going to leave you, but you're going to look at some strange things for just a second. So before we get to that, hi there. I'm not sure if I can actually, if the chat's enabled or not. So let me. Hi, Glenn. How are you? Good to have you here. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play this game. You're going to see it through this Hangout. And I'm going to check in every from time to time to chat with you on there. But glad to have you with us. Today, by the way, is Ted Williams' 100th birthday. And what better way to celebrate than to kick off, to dust off this old channel and play a game. So that's what we're going to do. We've actually set the date back to August 30th, 1941, which is Ted Williams' greatest season. His OPS plus was 235 that year, or 235% above league average. That's just incredible. It's also the year he hit 406, the last time, of course, that anybody in Major League Baseball hit 400. His opponents today are the vaunted New York Yankees, who I believe won the 1941 World Series, best known for Joe DiMaggio and his 56-game hitting streak. It was over by this point. And yes, we celebrate Ken Keltner's birthday every year by saying, for stopping that streak. All right, so you're not going to see me. The next thing you're going to see is a crazy thing, and then the game itself. All right, so it's Dick Newsom on the hill. In real life, he went 19-10 in 1941. 213 and 2/3 innings pitched, 235 hits allowed, 13 homers, 79 walks, and 58 strikeouts. Or I don't know why I'm looking at the camera, your typical 1940s pitcher. This is the lineup that he'll be facing. It's Phil Rizzuto at short leading off. Red Rolfe is the third baseman. Joe DiMaggio will bat third and play center field. Charlie Keller is the left fielder. Tommy Heinrich is the right fielder. He'll bat fifth. Dickey is the catcher. He'll bat sixth. Joe Gordon is at second. He'll bat seventh. Stern, not sure who he is. Anyway, he'll bat eighth. Marius Russo is pitching for the Yankees, and he will bat ninth. Around the horn for the Red Sox, it's the birthday boy, Ted Williams, in left. Dom DiMaggio in center, the best defender of the three. In Finney, it's not Blake, by the way, if you follow districtondeck.com. An average fielder with an above-average arm. In the infield, it's John Tabor at third, Joe Cronin at short, Bobby Dorr at second, and Jimmy Fox at first. Fox can power the ball with Pitlack behind the plate and Dick Newsom on the mound. The weather, 78 degrees. It's a beautiful day. The wind blowing in from right field or the ocean as we get set to go underway. Rizzuto on the real year, 307, 3 homers, and 46 RBI. Newsom delivers, and there's a line drive base hit to right. Lufini dives, and he makes the catch, and that's how this one starts. So it's Lufini in right. Here's Red Rolfe. Red at 264. 8 homers and 42 RBI. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to second. Dorr to Fox, and there's 2 out. So here's Joey D. DiMaggio hit 357 in this magic year of 41. 30 homers and 125 RBI. 2 out, nobody on here in the first. Newsom delivers, and there's a fly ball to right. Finney's there, and he makes the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Yankees put nothing on the board after one half of one inning, no score. So Marius Russo went 14-10 in 1941 with a 3.09 ERA, 209 and 2/3 innings pitched, 195 hits, 8 homers allowed, 87 walks, and 105 strikeouts. And this will be the lineup that he faces. Don DiMaggio leads off in center field. Lou Finney in right will bat second. The birthday boy, Ted Williams, bats third. Joe Cronin, the shortstop, bats fourth. Jimmy Fox bats fifth. Bobby Doerr will hit sixth. Tabor, the third baseman, seventh. Patalik, the catcher, bats eighth. And Newsom, who threw 9 pitches in the top of the first, will bat ninth. Defensively around Russo, it's Keller in left. DiMaggio in center, 10 range and 8 arm, and Henrik in right, it was a 7-7. Rolf is at third. The Scooter is at short. Joe Gordon at second. Sturm at first. That's a pretty good defensive infield there. 9 for Rizzuto and 8 for Gordon. Dickey behind the plate, and Russo, the lefty, is ready. A lefty at Fenway. Gotta love it. DiMaggio at 283. 8 homers and 58 RBI. And he hits one up the middle. Gordon has it to Sturm, 1 out. For Lou Finney, 288, 4 homers and 53 RBI. Russo's pitch, ground ball to second. Gordon to Sturm, and that's 2. Beautiful day here at Fenway. 78 degrees. Wind's blowing in off the ocean at 6. And you can't really hear it because it's a copyrighted song, but they're singing Happy Birthday to Ted. And no wonder why. He was the toast of Boston. And he walked 145 times in 41. He had 406, but didn't have 200 hits, 37 homers, and 120 RBI. Pitch to Ted, ball 4. So he does what he does best, and he's the first base runner on. Here's Joe Cronin. 311, 16 homers, and 95 RBI. Russo delivers. There's a line drive to Rolf, and that's the inning. We'll check the chat after the next half inning, or the next inning. So it'll be Keller, Henrik, and Dickey for the Yankees here in the second. Keller at 298, 33 homers, and 122 RBI. Yanks and that light gray, New York across the chest, but it's not outlined in white like it is today. And, of course, the traditional Yankee hat that really hasn't changed since Babe Ruth's time. The NY has changed a little bit, but it's narrowed. Newsom delivers. There's a long drive to center, but DiMaggio is there, 2 out, or 1 out. Here's Henrik at 277, 31 homers, and 85 RBI. Man, the Yankees were stacked. Newsom's ready. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. First New York runner is Henrik, and no one's really a threat to steal. Bill Dickey, Hall of Famer in his own right, 284, 7 homers, 71 RBI. 1 out, top the second, no score. Newsom delivers. There's a pop-up left side. Cronin is there, and there's 2 out. For Joe Gordon, in the real season, he had 276, 24 home runs, and 87 RBI. He scored 104 times. Obviously, he wasn't batting from the 7-hole. Newsom's pitch. There's a liner right to Doerr to make the play. No runs, no hits, no errors. After an inning and a half, there's no score. So it'll be Jimmy Fox, who was near the end of his career by 41. 319 home runs, but he drove in 105. Russo's pitch, grounded to third. Rolf with a good play over to Sturm, 1 out. Red had a good arm, read the ball well off the bat, and got Fox rather easily. Here's Bobby Doerr at 282, 16 home runs, and 93 RBI. There's a strike. So that's the first strikeout of the game. Here's Jim Tabor. Hopefully I didn't call him John. He drove in 100 runs too. 279 with 16 homers. 2 out. Russo's pitch. Got him. He swung on and missed. So no runs, no hits, no errors after 2. It is 2-0 Boston, or no score. Or wishful thinking on my part. You go back to me, and I check the chat, and it's just Glenn. So if you want to say something, go right ahead, and I'll get to you in the 4th inning or chat with if someone else comes. This is a surprise broadcast, so my feelings aren't hurt. But if you want to chat, I'll check one every couple innings. All right, we go to the top of the 3rd. Newsom is 23 pitches through 2 innings, and Russo is 29 through 2. Johnny Stern, 239, 3 homers, and 36 RBI. And he grounds one that gets through Door's wickets. That's an E4, and it'll be a 2-base error. So Door went to put the glove down, and he tried to throw. I guess he tried to throw it before it was in his glove. So Marios Russo, who's 231, no homers and 7 RBI, and a perfect opportunity to bunt here. Infield in, nope. Ground ball to second. Door to Fox, and there's 1 out. Runner on 3rd is Stern. So Newsom, 29 pitches to get the first 9 hitters in 2 1/3 innings. He hasn't allowed a hit yet. A walk and an error, and that's it. Here's the scooter. Phil is 0 for 1. Ground ball foul. 0-2. Newsom struck out 58 in 213 and 2/3 innings. Some sort of difference in the way they pitch then and the way they do now. Rizzuto grounds 1 to second. Door will take a sure out at first. Stern will score, and the Yankees go up 1-0. Newsom hasn't allowed a hit, but he's behind on the scoreboard. Here's Rolf. He's 0 for 1. Pitch. There's a base hit into left. Williams has it. On a hop, and Rolf is on first. 2 out for Joe DiMaggio. Pitch to Joe. Ball 4. So the Yankees have something going here, and as you can see through some of these numbers, that is one powerful offense. They won over 100 games in 41. Newsom in trouble here in the 3rd. 2 out. Pitch to Keller. Ground ball to first. Fox takes it to the bag himself, and the Red Sox get out of the jam. 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error. After 2.5, it's the Yankees 1, the Red Sox nothing. So Frankie Patalik, 271, 2 homers, and 39 RBI, with Newsom on deck, or Marius Russo on the mound, was struck out 2. And make that 3 as he swung on and missed a 1-2 fastball. So Dick Newsom will bat here, 244, no homers and 8 RBI. He obviously was going to pitch, but there's no can't sacrifice from here. He hits a liner to center field. That's going to drop for a hit. So the Red Sox have their first hit for Don DiMaggio up. Russo, 38 pitches for the first 9. 2 1/3 innings, a walk and a hit. He has struck out 3. Pitch to Dami as a line drive to right. That'll be a base hit. That'll be a double. So Newsom on 3rd, DiMaggio on 2nd. The Red Sox making some noise here in the 3rd. For Lou Finney, hit 272 against lefties on the real year. And it's a ground ball to 3rd. And I believe they have Newsom picked off. No, they do have him in a rundown, but he beat it back. So the infield is oh my goodness, the infield is playing in for Williams. The chalkboard wasn't that great. Dickey and Rolf had Newsom in a rundown, but Newsom, the pitcher, beat it out. So the bases are loaded for Ted, who only hit 381 against lefties. What a slacker. Russo only allowed Lefties to hit 234 off of him. The Yankees are playing the infield in, which is a surprise. Pitch to Williams. There's a fly ball to right. Back goes Heinrich. It is gone. It's a grand slam on his birthday. How about that? Into the bullpen in right field, Williamsburg, as a matter of fact, and it's 4-1 Boston. And you can hear him in the background going, "Happy birthday to you. Please don't copyright strike me to you." Okay, that's enough of that. I'm sober, too. So here's Joe Cronin. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Russo, right back to Marius, and he throws to first for the out, 2 out. Here's Jimmy Fox. Jimmy's 0 for 1. 4-1 Boston here in the third, 2 out. Pitch from Russo, ball 4. And so Fox reaches on a walk. Computer's managing the Yankees. And Russo's pitch count is 100. Expected pitch count is 145. He's going a long time. Bobby Doerr struck out his first time up. Russo gets him to swing and fly to right, or first. Popped up. Sturm is there for the out. 4 runs on 3 hits, including a grand slam by the birthday boy. Teddy ball game. After 3, it's 4-1 Boston. So Dick Newsom has some breathing room now. Here's Henrik. He walked his first time up. And he'll walk his second time up. That's the third walk allowed by Newsom. I don't know. I don't think that's Bobo Newsom, famous 40s pitcher. Bill Dickey is 0 for 1. Newsom delivers, and that's ball 4. So he's now missing upstairs out on a 3-1 count. That's his 4th walk, as opposed to 1 hit. Here's Joe Gordon. He's 0 for 1. Pitch. Here's a line drive to right center. That'll drop for a hit. Henrik will score. Dickey stops at third. Gordon has an RBI single, and it's 4-2 here in the 4th. The wind has stopped. It's blowing. Technically, it's a 1 mile an hour from right field. So, but if you're looking at all the cigars out on the seats, and never mind the lights and the scoreboard, Fenway was a 1-decker place there. Cigar smoke would be going straight up. It would be almost like we're voting for a pope. Here's Stern. He reached on an error by Bobby Doerr, of all people, and scored the run in third that the Yankees had. Red Sox will trade 2 for 1 here. Newsom delivers. There's a ground ball right back to Newsom. Only play is to first. And there's 1 out for Russo. So it was a comebacker to Newsom, and he threw him out. 1 out. Russo is 0 for 1. They play back. Fly ball to center. DiMaggio has it. Dickey will tag. It's a web gem by DiMaggio, as a matter of fact. I'm going to try for 2. We're going to go for Gordon at third, and he won't get there. So DiMaggio had to tail that liner. He made the catch, makes the catch, and they tried to get Gordon at third. They could not get the runner at the plate. And so that'll bring up Phil Rizzuto for the 3rd time. Newsom, 70 pitches to the first 18 batters, 3 2/3 innings, 2 hits. 2 earned runs. He's walked 4. It is 4-3 Boston with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Pitch to Rizzuto was a line drive, base hit to center. He's going for 2, and he's got it. So we are tied at 4. No one ever said pitching was the Red Sox strength. Here's Red Rolf. He's 1 for 2. Has a single. Rizzuto, the go-ahead run, is on second with 2 out. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. This has just been an inning from hell from Newsom. DiMaggio, Joseph is 0 for 1 with a walk. There's a fly ball to center. Your brother Donnie's there, and that retires the side. 3 runs, 2 hits, and no errors. After 3.5, and I'll check the chat in a moment, it's the Yankees 4, the Red Sox 4. So it'll be Tabor, Patalik, and Newsom here in the bottom of the 4th off of Russo. Newsom up to 79 pitches now. Tabor struck out his first time up. And he looks at strike 3. So that's 4 for Russo. Vitalik struck out his first time up. Gets this one. Pop up to Rizzuto. 2 out. For Dick Newsom, who singled his first time up and scored. Russo delivers, and there's a ground ball to Rizzuto that eats him up. So that's an error. So the first 18 for Russo in 72 pitches and 3 2/3 innings. He's allowed 3 hits, 4 earned runs, all coming on the Williams grand slam. He walked 2 and struck out 4. Tommy has a double and a run scored. He scored on the Williams homer. Pitch, grounder to first. Stern flips to Russo, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, 1 error. After 4, the Yankees and Red Sox are knotted at 4. So I hope you're enjoying this. This has been kind of fun. Pitcher's duel this has not been. And that's all right. That'll happen every once in a while. All right. So, yeah, if you want to say something in the chat, go right ahead. I'll check it again after the 6th inning. So, as we go to the top of the 5th, it's 4-4. Doing this live through Google Hangout, so that's why you see the kind of funny screens there. But there was no television in 1941, not of this sophistication anyway. And there was television, actually. The first televised ball game came in 1939 at Old Ebbets Field between the Reds and the Dodgers, and it was called by one Red Barber. Charlie Keller will lead us off in the 5th. Charlie is 0 for 2. And there's a liner to Fox, and there's 1 out. So Newsom hopefully can get a couple clean innings now. Henrik has walked twice. He walked 81 times in the real season. He has a run scored, too. And he walks a 3rd time. Newsom just doesn't want him to swing at anything, and that's the 6th walk of the day. Even that's a bit extreme for 40s pitching. The line scores are equal. 4 runs, 3 hits, and an error on both sides. The Yankees have stranded 5, and the Red Sox have stranded 3. Bill Dickey, he is 0 for 1 with a run scored and a walk. Newsom delivers, and that's another walk. 7 on the day for Newsom. 79 degrees, beautiful day here. The birthday boy will bat in the bottom of this inning. Joe Gordon, the batter. Joe is 1 for 2. He scored, singled, and driven in a run. And he hits this one to shallow right. Finney has it. And there's 2 out for Johnny Sturm, who scored the game's first run, scored on an error, or reached on an error and scored. He's 0 for 2. Newsom delivers, and there's a line drive to center. Or, I'm sorry, a ground ball behind second that Cronin couldn't get to. It scores a run. The Yankees go up 5-1 as Henrik will score. And so it's runners in the corners and 2 outs for Russo, the pitcher, who does have an REI. Newsom delivers. There's a grounder right back to Newsom over to Fox, and that retires the side. 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. We're halfway home, and it's 5-4 New York. So I'm not sure how much longer I'll pitch Newsom. Like I said, pitching in the 40s was not good, and Red Sox pitching was a shade beyond horrible. Here's Lou Finney, the right fielder. He is 0 for 2. He reached on an error and scored on the Williams grand slam. Russo delivers. There's a ground ball to third. Rolf to Sturm, and there's 1 away. So here's Ted Williams. He has walked, you think of it, in a 154-game season, he walked 145 times. That's pretty good. Nobody on, 1 out. Ground ball up the middle, and Gordon with the stab throws to Stern for the out. 2 out for Cronin, who is 0 for 2. Russo delivers, ball 4. third walk given up by Russo for Jimmy Fox, who received one of those walks, as a matter of fact. He's 0 for 1. Over to Cronin, or over to first in Cronin's bag. Here's the pitch. Fox walks. Sounds like a TV show. I'll bring up Bobby Dorr, who was 0 for 2. Struck out once, one of the 4 strikeouts that Russo has on the board. So Cronin a tying run on second, and Fox the go-ahead run on first. Pitch to Dorr. Got him! He lipped it, strike 3, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5, it's New York 5, Boston 4. So we'll give Mr. Newsom a little more rope as he starts his 4th time through the lineup. 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs. It's the 7 walks that rue the day on the 106 pitches. Phil Rizzuto has 2 RBI. He has a double and is 1 for 3. Here's a ground ball base hit up the middle. And so the scooter's on. That's the 5th Yankee hit. And I'm bringing up Red Rolf, who was a single and a walk. He's 1 for 2. Pitch. Here's a fly ball to right. Finney has it. 1 out. Joey D and the Starlighters are up. DiMaggio was 0 for 2 with a walk. Brother Dom has a run scored and a hit. Scooter goes, throw down, they got him. So it has 78% chance of stealing the base, and Vitale threw him out. So an 0-1 count to DiMaggio, nobody on, and 2 out. Here's the pitch. Right back to Newsom, over to Fox, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. 5.5 in the books. The Yankees 5, the Red Sox 4. And here's Jim Tabor. He has struck out twice. Pretty amazing since he struck out 48 times the entire year. Russo delivers a fly ball to left center. Joe goes back, and he makes a diving catch for the out. So here's Pitlak. P-Y-T. It's Pitlak. P-Y-T-L-A-K. Red Sox in their home flannel whites. Blue hat with the B, as you see there, on the right. He's 0 for 2. Russo delivers, and there's a base hit in the right center field. That actually splits the gap, and Pitlak is in with its double. So here's Newsom. Pitched well on the 6th. I'm going to leave him in. Yankees play for the bunt. And Dickey have to visit Russo. And we'll oblige. Here's the bunt is down. The throw is to first. Gordon has it for the 2nd out. But Don DiMaggio, who has a double and a run scored coming up, has a tying run on 3rd. Here's the pitch. Got him. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So the Red Sox get no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. After 6, it's the Yankees 5, the Red Sox 4. So I see, because I'm watching a little bit of the delay, that Newsom is up to his fatigue warning now. So this will be pretty quick. Hope you're enjoying this. If you are, give it a like. Tell your friends. We'll be doing more with this channel. Got some old games on here, and we'll figure out some new stuff. So we'll talk again after the 8th inning. But for now, it's back to the ball game. We hope you are enjoying this first ever live telecast from Retro Sports Network on YouTube. Charlie Keller, the batter. Charlie's 0 for 3. It'll be Keller, Henrik, and Dickey to face a tiring Newsom here in the 7th. Finney, Williams, and Cronin after the stretch. Pitch to Keller is a fly ball to center. DiMaggio goes back, makes the catch. Tommy Henrik has not had the bat leave his shoulders this afternoon. He has walked all 3 times. He has scored twice. The Yankees lead it 5-4 here in the seventh. Liner right to Fox for the second out. And I'll bring up Bill Dickey. Dickey has walked twice and is 0 for 1. He has scored a run. Yanks got a run in the third, 3 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. The Red Sox got all 4 in the third, thanks to a grand slam by Ted Williams. Here's the pitch. Here's a ground ball to short, and Cronin can't play it. And so that's an error. 2 out for Gordon, 1 for 3. A run scored and an RBI. Dickey on first, 2 outs here in the top of the seventh. There's a liner to right. Finney's there, makes the catch. So no runs, no hits, and an error. The second on the day for Boston. Now it's time to stretch and sing happy birthday again to Ted Williams, and he'll be batting here in the bottom of the seventh. So Lou Finney, who reached on an error and scored, he is 0 for 3. Russo, ground ball to second. Gordon to Sturm for the out. So Russo's at 111 pitches. Newsom's at 128. Williams has that homer and a walk, and is all for RBI for the Red Sox this afternoon. Good pitch. And he walks again. So he's got Cronin and Fox behind him. Cronin is 0 for 2. Fifth walk for Russo. Cronin being one of the 5. They look Williams back to first. He's not going anywhere. Pitch to Cronin is a fly ball to center. That is high. That is deep. And Damasio turns and watches it go. So the Red Sox go up 6-5 on Joe Cronin's blast to dead center field. The Red Sox have pulled this one back. And here's Jimmy Fox, who has walked twice and is over 1. Russo delivers. There's a liner to left field that's going to fall for a base hit. So Russo is starting to tire. He would bat second in the eighth for New York. Here's Bobby Doerr. He's 0 for 3. Somehow he has struck out twice. The pitch. Ground ball to Gordon. To Rizzuto for 1. To Sturm for, call it 2. But not before the Red Sox get 2 runs on a 2-run shot to dead center by Joe Cronin. After 7, it's Boston 6, New York 5. It'll be Sturm, we'll see, and Rizzuto. And we'll see on Newsom as well. He has walked 7 and allowed 5 hits. Sturm is 1 for 3. And he hits this one to right field. Finney, though, has it. And there's 1 out. He got under it just enough to keep it in the yard. Russo is 0 for 3. He stays in the game and lines this one to center, and that's going to be a double. So Newsom, I'm not going to let him pitch for the fifth. He's gone through the lineup 4 times in 130 pitches, 7 in 30 innings, 6 hits. He's walked 7 and allowed 4 in runs. Who have I got that can get me 5 outs? Boy, my options are limited. But it will be Bill Fleming. No, not the ABC Bill Fleming, who so aptly just sat on the sidelines for college football and did cliff diving from Acapulco on Wide World of Sports and NASCAR racing. But Bill Fleming, the righty, 3.92 the ERA, a 1-1 record, 41 in the third innings, 32 hits, allowed 4 homers. He walked 24 and struck out 20. And if he can get the last 5 outs, the Red Sox will have won this game. That's pretty tough to do. Bill Rizzuto, 2 for 4. Single, a double, and 2 RBI. Here's the pitch, and there's a ground ball to Cronin. Over to Fox for the out. Russo goes to third, but there are 2 out. So Red Rolf, the batter, 1 for 3. He has a single and a walk. the Red Sox would take a walk, even though DiMaggio's on deck. Here's the pitch. There's a comebacker to Fleming that he cannot handle. And we are tied at 5 on the third air of the afternoon. Now, we're not going to get this game called Darkness, even though there were no lights at Fenway in 1941. I'm not sure if there were any American League lights in 1941. Joe DiMaggio's up. Joe is 0 for 3 with a walk. Rolf on second, 2 out. In a 6-6 tie. Ball 4. And that'll bring up Charlie Keller, who is 0 for 4. Tabor, Patalik, and we'll see in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pitch to Keller. Foul ball. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Keller. A fly ball to center. Domi has it, and that retires a side. Not before the Yankees can tie it on a run and a hit in an error after 7.5. 6-6. So Tabor has struck out twice to Russo. Russo has struck out 6 overall. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. Gordon to Stern. 1 out. If Patalik doesn't reach, Fleming will hit. He is 1 for 3 with the double and a strikeout. There's a ground ball to Gordon. Throw to first. In time, 2 out. So the birthday boy will bat again in the 9th. Right now, it's a 6-6 tie. Fleming went 2 for 9 on the year. And he draws a walk. So a 2-out walk to the pitcher, and walks to the pitcher are never a good thing. Brings up Dom DiMaggio. So Russo has thrown 130 pitches to 36 batters, 7 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 6 earned runs, 6 walks, and 6 strikeouts. So if you like the number 6, this is your game. 6 runs, 6 hits, and an error for the Yankees. They've stranded 10. The Red Sox have 6 runs and 6 hits and 3 errors, and they've stranded 6. Pitch to DiMaggio is a line drive. Past Wolf. Fleming will try to score. The throw goes into third. Fleming does score. DiMaggio has himself an RBI double, and it's 7-6 Boston. So Lou Finney is 0 for 4 with the run scored. So Fleming is now your pitcher of record for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch. Grounder to second. Gordon to Stern. And so the only way that we see Williams again is if the Yankees tie or go ahead. So Fleming will face Henrik, Dickey, and Gordon. Thanks, Mark. It is a pretty good game. I haven't done one of these in a while. But yeah, this has been a dandy of a ball game. The Red Sox, it's the first runs they scored that weren't on a home run. Take that. But imagine that, a special game for Ted Williams, and he, I don't control the results at all. I'm playing this out actually for you to see live, and he hits a grand slam. That's pretty good. All right, let's finish this up, and then we'll chat if you want to after the game. As soon as I hit the right button. All right, so Fleming is in to save this one, or to win it. Heinrich has walked 3 times. He's 0 for 1. He has scored twice. 7-6 Red Sox. Fly ball to right. Back goes Finney. He's got it. 1 out. So it'll be Dickey, who hit righties at a 290 clip. Fleming was tough on everybody. Lefties only hit 222 off him. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive left center field. The Yankees have the tying run on. And they will pinch run Frankie Crissetti at first. Throw to first, and Cressetti's back. So Joe Gordon, who was single, scored, driven in a run. Sturm, and if it gets that far, I can't imagine Russo staying in this game. Pitch to Gordon. Fly ball to right. Back goes Finney. He makes the catch. 2 out. Cressetti will hold, and now we're down to the last out. It's Johnny Sturm unless they pinch hit. He is 1 for 4 with an RBI. Single and a run scored. Cressetti the tying run at first. Sturm at 3 homers and 524 at-bats. So a home run is not what you expect here. But it's baseball. You just never know. The pitch. There's a line in the door, and the Red Sox win it. How about that? So, on Ted Williams' 100th birthday and his best year ever, he did what you would expect him to do. He had a grand slam in the 3rd inning. He walked twice and scored twice as the Red Sox beat the Yankees 7-6. The totals: New York 6 runs, 7 hits, and an error. The Red Sox 7 runs on 7 hits and 3 errors. And if I can get the recap up. Okay, so let's go through it. The Yankees scored first in the 3rd. Phil Rizzuto scored on a grounder to give the Yankees a 1-0 lead, and the Red Sox sent 8 to the plate in the bottom of that inning, which was topped off by Williams' grand slam to make it 4-1. The Yankees fought back in the 4th with 3 of their own. Joe Gordon with an RBI single. Marius Russo, the pitcher, with a sac fly, made it 4-3, and then Rizzuto doubled home Joe Gordon to make it 4-4. The Yankees went ahead in the 5th. A Johnny Sturm single scored Tommy Heinrich. Henrik made it 5-4. The Red Sox took the lead in the 7th on a Joe Cronin 2-run shot to score Cronin and Ted Williams to make it 6-5. The Yankees would tie it in the top of the 8th on a grounder. Oh, that's right. It was a ground ball back to Fleming, which allowed a run to score to make it 6-6. And then Don DiMaggio's RBI double, which scored the pitcher Fleming, made it 7-6. And Fleming was able to hold on to earn the win. For the Yankees, Tommy Henrik was their offensive hero, 0 for 2, with 2 runs and 3 walks. For the Red Sox, Don DiMaggio, 2 for 5. He outplayed his brother with 2 doubles. And, of course, the birthday boy, Ted Williams, 1 for 2 with a grand slam for RBI. 2 runs and 2 walks. You just can't do better than that. Bill Fleming gets the win. Goes an inning and 2/3 with a hit and a walk. Marius Russo went 8 innings and took the loss, a complete game. That was not uncommon then, if you're not familiar with 40s baseball. 8 innings, 7 runs, 7 hits. All the runs were earned. He walked 6 and struck out 6. And he takes the not necessarily a hard luck loss, but the loss nonetheless. So before take a look at the standings, just to show you how dominant the Yankees were. They won the American League by 17 games. But they didn't do it on this particular day. And Brooklyn fought off St. Louis, who would win 3 straight National League championships after. St. Louis would win 97 and Brooklyn would win 100. And, of course, this was the last year before Pearl Harbor. And players started departing for Europe and the Pacific with the 42 season. Really felt it in 43 and 44. So this was the last pre-war season. And even though the war ended during 1945, it really was 1946 before everyone came back. So that's pretty cool. To have that happen, to have Williams actually be a prominent thing in your own game. Baseball's so funny that way that you just never know what's going to happen. you just never know what's going to happen. And yeah, it's even though we hope it's more of a star-driven game, that you never know. You can hype up someone and they go for 4 with 3 strikeouts or whatever. Mark wants to see more Saturday games of the week. I'm not sure what we'll do. I don't know why I didn't realize this before, that I could do these live. That was fun. There's better software for it, but I just really did this just out of the fact that I could. So I also tested doing some basketball recordings and that. So you'll definitely see more from this channel now that I'm no longer writing for the site I wrote for before. I will be writing for a site and working on some other things. So I'm really not sure. I mean, I don't know how many of you are still here. Mark, what year would you like a Saturday game of the week from? That 64 season got washed out. So if I did it, I'd have to start it again. But you know, for those of you watching, I mean, this is a channel this stuff will get posted on. What do you want to see? What season would you like to see done? I got to realize that I'm not going to be in a hurry to get it done. So, and I'll update the game come December when it's there. But you know, this was fun. This was fun. So if you're still here, you know, what season would you like to see some Saturday games from? And what other sports would you like to see? I don't want to get 68. Your Tigers win it all. You're like my dear friend that I used to work for. He was well, he's still alive, but he was a kid when the Tigers won in 68. Tells the story of he's live in New England here, and he's definitely not a Red Sox fan. And so he went to a neighbor's who had a color television set to watch Game 7 when that was a big deal. And when they won the World Series, his friend upset him. Okay, he pissed him off by shutting off the TV so Jim couldn't watch a celebration in color. Oh, to be 8 years old again. So, okay, so 68's a possibility. Not a lot of pitching, not a lot of hitting in those years. Let's see what there were for races. I did 64 before because there were good races, especially in actually both the races in 64 were good. The 68 Tigers are a hell of a story. Have you ever seen the HBO, Mark? Have you ever seen the HBO special on that? Of course, they had the race riding over the winter of 67, and the Tigers met down in camp in Lakeland and said, we're going to do this year. Of course, the Tigers took it right down the last day of the 67 season and lost to the Red Sox and the Twins and the White Sox in that 4-game race. Too young for 68, but the roar of 84 I will always remember. I remember 84 quite well, too. I turned 13 that November. And so I remember those games very well. Beating the Padres and Kirk Gibson's big homer in the 8th inning to essentially salt that away in 5 games. That's the year the Tigers started off 35-5, which is absolutely amazing. And the Red Sox beat them twice. So we'll take that. But yeah, the Tigers were all the way that year, and really they should have played the Cubs in the World Series. That could be an interesting what if, the Tigers and the Cubs in a best-of-7 series, because the Cubs won the first 2 games at Wrigley Field and then promptly lost the next 3. The last year they were a best-of-5, by the way, was 84. And the Padres snuck off to their first World Series and then just got the tar beaten out of them by the Tigers. My dad saw that. Yeah, right. He must have been a big Denny McLain fan, Mark. That was the year, of course, the Denny won 31. You can actually find that on YouTube. Ernie Harwell's call of that, the end of that his 30th win. The only time that I saw that close in my lifetime was in 1990 with Bob Welch. He won 27 that year. I think even 27-4. which is pretty amazing. But when you only start 32, 33 games a year, you pretty much would have to be impeccable to do that. Innings-wise, as possible, you'd only have to throw 160 innings if you only threw 5-inning starts. So it's not that much of a thing, but bullpens being what they are and all that, if you saw even a 25-game winner would be pretty rare. And I wasn't born in 68, so I have no memory of that. 71 is when I was born. And the first World Series I remember really is 75. I actually watched Carlton Fisk hit that. So, okay. So we'll put that in there. I'm not so it's one vote for 68. Let's see a couple others on here. Yeah, did you really have to bring that up, Mark? Yes. It's 25-3. He was 25-3. And the 25th win came on October 1st, 1978. Hi, Al. When they beat the Red Sox in that one game, Bucky bleeping Dent. But yes, Goodry was impossible that year. He really was so good. And of course, Clemens went 24-4 and in 86, and Gooden, I think, went 24 and something in 85 with an ERA under 2. You go back to 68. I mean, Bob Gibson lost a handful of games, and his ERA was 1.12. And I believe he lost 6. So yeah, those are fun. That was fun. And I always love the fact that you do something like this, and the player of honor actually did something. The last time I did this, I believe, for an honorary game, was I did the Yogi Berra after he passed away. I believe we did a Yankee Dodger game from 56. And I forgot what Yogi did. It's on my primary channel, I think, if you want to go find that. But that was fun. But yeah, this was the first live thing. I'm going to, on my primary channel, I posted an update last night, and we're going to switch around this room a little bit. Not that anything that you'd be able to see, but yeah, Cards hit everyone had a terrible offense in 68. To put the TV a little closer, and then if I can do that, then I can possibly do some Twitch stuff, or at least some split screen stuff, so you don't get that horrible kind of kaleidoscope thing. That was 68 was the year that Yaz at 301 and won the batting title. There's a couple other 300 hitters. And yeah, if you go back to the beginning of the stream, this actually wasn't a chat, it was actually a game. I won't spoil it for you too much. But it's worth doing a game, worth coming back to watch the game. It's the Yankees and the Red Sox from 1941. I don't know if they played on what they actually played on this date, but it was Ted Williams. Ted Williams turns 100 today, or would have turned 100 today. And I didn't make any frozen jokes either. You should be very proud. Would have turned 100 today, and so I played again. I just did an exhibition game from August 30th, 1941, because that was Williams' best year offensively, aside from the 406 batting average, and paired him up against the Yankees. They were 1-2 that year in the American League, and it was a whale of a game that you should go back and watch. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'll do a season or if I'll do. I'm fun with the idea of at least a World Series. I definitely will do some of these live again. That was fun. This was fun. Let's see. And I probably could do, I actually did a basketball to myself, did a recording, and actually did that in a quick enough time that it wouldn't be too terrible. So now that I'm technically a free agent, I'm going to pop this channel back open again and do some stuff. But yeah, go back and watch once the stream is over. The Yankees and the Red Sox, Marius Russo and Dick Newsom, from just an exhibition game from Fenway Park to celebrate Ted Williams' 100th birthday. And you know what? I even got to sing a little bit. let's see. Any other questions, requests, and all that? But yeah, definitely we'll be doing some more baseball, and I'll be doing some of that live. Steal some of Al's thunder. I have, if you're wondering, I have all the Action PC products. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that. Keep up the great videos, he says. I have all 4 sports. So hockey, football, basketball, and baseball. I actually have replay baseball too. The 78 season, speaking of Gidry. Man. And I don't have a 2nd and 10 installed right now. So yeah, so I got some stuff there. And like I said, I'm not sure how and if this will be an occasional thing or if I'll do a regular thing or what. But you guys seem to miss it, and I enjoy doing it. And so I'm not going to promise a regular schedule of things, but it won't be so infrequent. And this was fun to do. All right, so maybe once a week. Maybe once a week. Actually, spend a couple hours doing this because it's fun. So yeah, what do you want to see next? I got a request for some 68 baseball. Mark, did you want to see the Tigers play someone specifically or what? Because exhibition games probably be how I'd start back here and they're doing it live. And Tiger Stadium actually is a default setting in Action PC baseball. I wouldn't have to build that. Oh, that's very nice. No, I think I have for football. I don't have as many seasons as Al. And if you're not following Al's 1980 tournament, that's pretty fun. I can't believe the Vikings lost. The Cardiac Kids lost. And if you take a shot every time I said the word, you'd be really roasted by now. I believe I have every season in football from 75 to 2000. Every baseball season from 1900 forward. Basketball, I have all the 60s because I bought that at a discount. And a good deal of seasons from the 80s, which would be when I really watched basketball. Hockey, most of the 80s. That new game is coming out, as a matter of fact, along with 80-81. I think that's pretty much it. All right. Well, this was fun. I really enjoyed it. So Boston would be okay, but I remember how in 68, the Red Sox didn't beat anybody bad in 68. Jim Longborg, who was their ace in 67, decided to go skiing. I think here in Vermont. Or maybe it was Sunday River in Maine. Anyway, he went skiing and tore up his knee before arthroscopic knee surgery was a thing. And the Red Sox really, they didn't suck. But they weren't great. They got Hawk Harrelson. Was that late in 67? Harrelson had a good year in 68 before he became it was actually a decent broadcaster in Boston. I don't think I could do 9 innings of Harrelson stick. He gone. But we'll figure out 7 from 68 because, like I said, I got a good friend who was there, who was at the right age when baseball meant everything. All right. Anything else? So, yeah, if you're not subscribed to Al, you should, because he does a lot of different things. Brain Tucker in football, I was watching some of that too, which was fun. But he does a lot with the out of the park baseball too. I never got into that. I've owned pretty much every version of it, but never got into that. Yeah, damn snow. It's true. And Longborg, if you don't know, actually probably had more success after his career than he did during his career. He pitched for a long time. He actually pitched into the mid 70s. Junk ball pitcher for the Phillies when they won the division in 76 and 77. He actually pitched, I believe, in the 76 playoffs. But he became a dentist, which is pretty remarkable. So he did med school, And I don't know if he must be retired 50 years ago. Goodness gracious. But he was a dentist for a long time, which tells me you're pretty bright. So yeah, gosh, this was fun. All right, Al, I'll shut up so you can go back and watch the game. But for the rest of you, that was a pretty good game. Pretty good game. So Ted Williams does good stuff on his 100th birthday. That's all I'll say. Hey, this was fun. I'm Ron, and I'll talk to you the next time.